You know, it's been wonderful meeting you, Reverend Michael, but it's so wonderful meeting all of your friends. This is delicious. What a fantastic group of people. Wow. How many of you have been at one of our functions previously? Quite a few of you. Well, for the rest of you, let me kind of explain what's going to happen. We're going to go, you can hear this little deal like that. That means we're starting a session. It also serves to sort out any evil ones among us. If there was one sitting next to you, have a hard time with that. We're going to go about 60 minutes across the face of a CD. There'll be 20 minutes to romp and play, another 60-something minutes to record. It'll be lunch. What time do you want to come back after lunch?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, unanimous. All righty, so we got that settled. So we come back, and then we'll have 2 more recorded sessions. And it's a Q&A thing, question and answer. So if you have a question for Abraham, raise your hand. Abraham will invite one of you up to sit put in the hot seat, and Karen will put the microphone in front of you to pick up your voice. By the way, that is an SM58. Just check, and there's always a few pros in the audience. You know, I'm just seeing who's around. You know, those of you, the professionals. I mean, you walk in and you look and say, "I wonder what kind of mic they're using." Ooh, that's SM50. This is going to be quite a workshop. You know what I mean? I mean, that's as good as it gets for this particular application. And actually, you have read the manual. You know, the manual says you want your lips to almost touch the screen of that mic to get the very, very best tones. And I can spot one of you. If you come up, if Abraham happens to pick one of you and you sit down, you know, Karen will put it about this far from your speaker when you first sit down. You're not going to be satisfied, right? You're going to pull it in really, really tight. You want your voice beautiful on the recordings. But you the folks that aren't used to microphones, it's another story altogether. I mean, even though Karen will put it this far from you, you'll go, ooh, too close for me. It's legit. Oh, Jerry said it was going to be like this. You know, it's just like, don't get near that thing with that thing. But, you know, I mean, even if you try to scoot back, you better not try to scoot back. Not today. Even you'll be in big trouble.
I did see them taping it down, but I don't know if I would trust it.
I wouldn't trust that. No, that's not going to hold anything. So just hang in there, folks. Well, hey, by the way, someone probably gave you an envelope. There was one on your chair, wasn't there? That if you like, you can order a set of the recordings from today. They're basically unedited unless somebody gets totally out of line. And it's just, well, you never know. And when that's the deal. And it's pretty much self-explanatory, so I won't. And on the flip side is our subscription program sign up. So some people want to sign up and just kind of get something on a regular basis, once a month or something. And so that's also self-explanatory. That's available. Was there something? Oh, yeah, I wanted to mention there was a little, was there a cassette on your share? Okay.
Honey,
there's a lot of,
it's not a cassette. Or an
Boy, how the times change, don't they?
It's not an 8-track either.
It's not an 8-track either. Okie dokie. Well, anyhow, that was the original recordings that we did back like 20 years ago. And back in those days, when Esther first started doing this work with Abraham, she wasn't as relaxed. And as a matter of fact, in the beginning, her eyes would be tightly closed, and she'd be just holding on to the edge of the chair like that, and her lips was going like, "Did you shut me up?" You don't like that story, do you?
I've never liked that story.
Okay.
If only we had one of these all the time. I'm explaining that voice back in those days had that same kind of constricted feeling, and then it wasn't too many years, and Esther started relaxing, and she opened her eyes, and she started standing up and having to hold on to something for about a year. But then finally got so she could balance. The next thing you know, she's walking, she's dancing around. Now she's wearing a wireless. She can do somersaults. And, well, she won't, but she could, I'm sure. Okay. Is there anything I've left out that's really important? No.
No. Just wanted you to know. All right. Okay, you can probably see what Esther and I are here. We're just messing around. So if anything really meaningful is going to happen, it'll be between you folks and Abraham. Will you bring Esther up and she'll bring Abraham up, please?
That's nice. That's very nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's very nice. All right.